Right, we've got 3 mana crystals. These two always get a move. I believe that when they're on the table, unless they've been disabled by an opponent card, which I haven't got to that stage yet, they can always have a go. But I think you want to start off by throwing down your cards onto the table and then deciding what you're going to do. But I suppose you can do it in any order. If I throw down an attack using my Murloc Raider or my Stone Tusk Boar, that's not going to stop me from throwing down a card here. Now this Fireball's really good. It costs 4 mana crystals, which I don't have at the moment, but it deals 6 damage. It's very good for using on heroes or strong cards. And really what you want to do, quite clearly, is min-max your sort of damage and your health. So you only want, if the opponent has a card that's got 2 health, I don't really want to use this Wolf Rider to kill it. I'll be better off using a card like the River Crocolisk to kill it, because that has 2 attacks, so I'm not wasting any potential extra damage. But the problem is when I throw down the River Crocolisk, I won't be able to use them straight away, and unless I ignore that card, which is then going to kill one of these characters, unless, remember that he's got 1 health, so we chuck the bananas on the Stone Tusk Boar, although this guy is going to get killed. So I could... it gets you thinking quite a lot. There's a lot of strategy already. So I've only got 2 mana crystals, so I may as well chuck down the Crocolisk. Now we can look at it this way. I can either get the Murloc to attack and kill the king, the monkey, but the Murloc dies in the process, or I can get the boar to attack the monkey and I don't lose the boar. Now that would be the appropriate move here, because the Murloc actually has more damage than the boar. So the boar has the minimum damage that I can currently use this turn, and I use him on the monkey, which then allows me to use the free damage from the Murloc onto the main bad guy without any retaliation, because the main bad guy doesn't seem to retaliate to minion guards. This way I've done the most damage I can do to the bad guy, and I've taken minimum damage, aka not lost anything thus far. Ending turn, on to the next one. What have you got from me? Ooh. So that looks like a spell card. I believe those are called spell cards, and apparently they're a little unpredictable. I didn't know that one was coming, and I don't think you can know that's coming, to be honest. So there's the sort of random element to the game, I suppose. You have your cards, you have your damage, you have your health, so you can predict those kind of values and treat it like a chess game to some degree, where you know that if you use said card, you're going to get said result. But when the opponent just chucks down a spell card like that you don't know exists and then wipes out your minions, you can't kind of predict that, but you've got to look ahead and assume the worst. Assume that he does have that card and then try to make sure that you've got healthier cards or use them up. Anyway, we're on to 4 out of 4 mana crystals now. He doesn't have any sort of minions out on the map, and I believe the way this game works is really it's about getting control of the table, and the best way to do that is to chuck down as many sort of minions as possible, except for when he uses a spell card that could actually insta-give the lower minions, like this guy. But he restores 2 health, and the River Crocolisk has 1 out of 3 health, so potentially I could chuck him down, which gives him new health. So I'm going to do that. That will use 1 crystal. Restore health to this guy. So if he does do another spell card like he did before, which did 2 damage, this guy still gets to stay in the game. So you see, that's why it's important to keep the health up on the cards. We got 3, so we got this Wolf Rider or this Wolf Rider. And the good thing about the Wolf Riders is they have the charge ability, so obviously I can just chuck him now at the bad guy. And we can have the River Crocolisk have a little go as well. Cheeky go. Now, I can chuck down fireballs, and assumably in the tutorial campaign you can probably get away with playing more recklessly. But if you're playing against an actual opponent, you probably want to throw down as many minion cards and get control of the board as possible. The River Crocolisk still survives. Silverback Patriarch.
Kill that ape so I can finish off Mukla.
Okay, well there's your clue. He has Taunt. Does that mean that I cannot attack this guy? That's out of curiosity. I'd actually want to find out. If I attack this guy, does he taunt and take the damage? Shall we find out? Let's try it.
Must attack that minion with
Well, there you
taunt.
go. It doesn't let you do it. It just lets you know that I have to attack this guy because he's got taunt. So the way taunt works is if you've ever played World of Warcraft, you basically force the target to attack you, which is essentially what this Silverback Patriarch is doing. Now he's got 1 damage, so he barely does any damage, but it's still enough to kill this guy. It's enough to kill pretty much any of these guys. I don't know whether he can retaliate unlimited amount of times, so let's find out. Now we want to start off by giving this guy his health back.
It's not a valid target.
Oh, I see. So he can't... He can... That's a bit funny. But he can no longer heal anymore by the looks of it. Because it's not letting me heal up this guy anymore. So I don't know whether that's the way it's supposed to be, but he's got 1 health, so that way we're not actually going to use him. What I was going to do is going to heal this guy, then he can attack, and then attack with another card and see if he still attacks anything that attacks him. I hope you're still with me here. I'm trying to explain this as clearly as possible. Raid leader, if I bring him out onto the field, he's not going to be able to have a go anyway, so I could use the... Let's do that. I've got nothing that straight up kills this guy. That's the problem. I'm going to lose one of my cards. And I'm a proper OCD person. I like to try to do as well as possible and not lose anything. But let's bring out the raid leader, because that means that all of my cards are going to get 1 extra attack. So that's the strategy part of this. You throw him onto the board. He might not be able to attack, but you get the benefit of his card, which is +1 attack. So that means that this guy on the left, the Wolf Rider with the charge, has 4 attack, which means he's got enough damage to kill this guy. But unfortunately, as we know, they do retaliate. But this way, it means that I'm only going to lose 1 card rather than potentially 2 if he does retaliate every time. And now you guys can... I still don't know why I can't heal, but we'll find out later once I get better at the game. It's quite addictive, the way it feels. It's very smooth, it's very... It flows, the gameplay flows. So I can see why a lot of people have a lot of fun playing this. He likes his taunt cards. And he's got a spell card too, which just wiped out all of my minions. Nasty piece of work. Okay. So if you throw this card onto the table, you get the benefits, the 1 damage that she can do, or the 2 health. But the main thing is you can draw a card, so I think it's always worth using this card, because once you throw her down, you get another card come from your deck, which is a taunt card. Now he's got 5 health, which is very good, so if we throw him down, unless he's going to use a spell card to kill this guy, it's going to take ages for this guy to kill him. We'll look into that, but I've got no more mana crystals left, and both my cards are now asleep. So let's end the turn. Oh, blimey. He's got a +8 heal. Okay, so he does attack, but he got hurt in the process, as you saw. 3 damage was done to him. He's now left with 1 health. And what is this? A Goldshire Footman, eh? So he's got a taunt ability. He's got 2 health. So which one gets priority on the taunt, though? I wonder if I threw down 2 taunt cards, which one gets the priority? I suppose the opponent can pick between either one. She would be the smart card to use here, because she does 1 damage. It'll be enough to finish him off, and she'll still survive the conflict. And then what I could do, if I wanted to, is chuck down the Fireball card. So I might do that, just to sort of do a bit more damage to this guy.
Oh, if you're sure.
So she's still in the game. Fireball's going down. You chuck it on your hero, and then you aim it at your opponent's profile. So that's a nice bit of damage there. Now we can choose between a 1 crystal card or a 3 crystal card. And I've got 3 mana crystals, so I assume I may as well use the Wolf Rider. And this way I can attack him as well. And I have this taunt card too here. As you can see, it's starting to go very downhill for our best friend King Mukla here. So strong and only 6 mana. Oh! Down goes that card. So
to taunt that
I
giant
actually
gorilla.
forgot for a moment what that card was, but this is the beauty of the history log, is I can actually see what killed it. It was a Wolf Rider card. So the barrel toss does not like the Wolf Rider. So this looks very beefy. Almost beefy enough that it's...
Oh, if you're
I'll be interested to see if
sure.
I can attack the hero, but if you notice, both the portraits, both the cards, are glowing red. So does that mean that they're attached in some way? That, look, if I highlight over here, only that's kind of glowing. But if I attack here, maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out. I can just attack the hero. So really, if I wanted to just skip ahead, I could just kill the hero pretty much. Just keep sacrificing myself on the hero. And maybe that's the point. You're not supposed to attack this guy. But we'll find out whether you can finish the opponent. I assume that once you've killed the opponent's main card, hero as such, you don't have to worry about the cards on the table. So let's draw 2 cards. That's going to use 3 crystals though, because we don't really need another taunt card, and see what we get. Deal 1 damage to all many... Oh well, that's not much good. And a beast card, that's not going to do anything for the time being. We're just going to chuck all these out anyway, because that uses up all my crystals and all my cards, and we'll just go straight for the big guy and end my turn. Boom. It's a heavy hit. But I get a feeling that King Mukla might just be going down in a moment. So we've got loads of mana crystals left and lots to do.
If you're sure.
Boom. So there you go. Victory. And there's my reward. A polymorph. Transform a minion into a 1/1 sheep.
I don't think that's the last we'll see of Mukla.
Are you saying he's coming back? Well, here we go. So this is the first level of the tutorial. So who was that? That was Hogger. So you fight against Hogger at the start, then Millhouse Mana Storm, then Lord Chowalker. So he's from World of Warcraft, Mr. Pandaria. And then King Mukla, and now I'm against Hemet Nessenway. So I'm not sure how I'm going to have these videos coming out, but I'll stop this one and maybe record another one and put that up. I don't know what order I'm going to be doing things in, but I'll stop things for the moment and make sure that everything's worked, and stay tuned for more to come. So thanks for watching. This has been WTii.